Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. This is Harry Muppet, and we are getting back into the Kaspersky Arena for July. Kaspersky, I'm probably still saying that wrong, but by all means, please correct me in the comments. Although, try and do it in a nice way, because, yeah, what Alright, let's get back into it. It is going to be ThorZaIN up the top right side of the map as the red Terran player. He earned his way into this third series by beating White-Ra 3-1. In the second series, White-Ra himself, who beat Bifey in the first series. So we've been switching the king every single round so far, and we'll see. One person who would definitely like to continue that tradition is going to be TLO, blue ZerG player down the bottom left side of the map. And yeah, we know that he is very awesome. We've cast him in the DreamHack Summer tournament, where he was defeated in the quarter-final, I believe, by Tasia, and we also cast him in the Home Story Cup, where he was defeated in the semi-final by Tasia. Tasia defeating in both of those cups, and I tell you what, man, if I was Tasia, I would be sleeping with one eye open, because TLO is a very, very scary player. And yeah, so what have we got going on? It looks like we do have a hatch into pool for TLO. He's actually mistimed that a little bit. He was out there when he had 280 minerals, so TLO, man, how could you? Doing a big mistake there. And yeah, so we're going to see the pool coming down any second here. Meanwhile, ThorZaIN going for a fairly standard stuff. He's been doing this the previous series against White-Ra. But yeah, I do not know if this is going to be a good approach or not. He's going to be getting Marines. He's going to get some Marines out there. Looks like he is going to be going into some sort of early command center. Basically, there we go. I was just waiting to get that command center down. So yes, some very early pressure, and he's probably going to get a bunker out fairly soon. Chop some Marines into it, and yeah, that should be enough to hold off in the very, very near future. And then after that, he'll have to worry about lings and banelings and all that other fun sort of stuff. But yeah, with an expansion coming down from TLO, he's not going to have to worry about anything super crazy. Although, pretty much every single build, ZerG build these days, does rely on having an expansion. There is no one base play from ZerG anymore. It just doesn't exist because it's so easy to get down a second hatchery, and it's basically necessary because of the amount of lava you need for any sort of build. So yeah, one base ZerG play basically is not for anybody anymore. And yes, I suppose you could say the same about Protoss and Terran if you really wanted to, but I think there are still some one base strategies from those guys. Like we have seen some massive Reaper attacks by certain players. They just go in with like 5 Reapers or something off 2 barracks, and that's basically a one base play. Because yeah, why would you get an expansion if you're just going for a ton of Reapers? It doesn't really make sense to have that. But yeah, the bunker's going to go down. There is 2 Marines waiting to go in, and there are 2 Lings waiting to get a scout off. So there, they are going to see this expansion is down, and it's probably not anything that they didn't suspect. So yes, we do have some, looks like some Hellion Harass going to be coming out as well. Yeah, so fairly standard stuff from ThorZaIN so far. It's I've seen a lot of Terran players. They go in with a couple of Hellions, try and sneak past the Queens, try and put some pressure on. Most importantly though, they try and find out where and when the third base is going down for the ZerG player. That is a Hellion's #1 job, is to find out where and when the the third base is coming down for a ZerG, because if you're going out, your 2 base, and you're starting to get your forces out, the third base is where you want to hit. It's where you want to put the pressure on. There's no point putting the pressure down on the expansion, because yeah, usually the choke is a little bit less forgiving, and yeah, it's very hard to get the pressure down to go against the expansion, because this is where the majority of units are going to be being built around here. So it's a lot easier to just go ahead and start hitting the third. It's probably a little bit less defended. This Overlord just getting shot in the ass a few times, but he has got a very big ass, so he will be able to keep on trucking. And these Hellions, man, they're going to have a look. There we go. They're going to check out the third. No third there. They're going to check up north. maybe if they get a potential possibility, they're just gonna run straight in here, swipe some drones out, look for some tech options, and yeah, there goes one drone. And they're gonna try and get another one. I think they may not have though. There we go, there's another one, but he has lost one Hellion, and the other Hellion gets taken out by massive amount of roaches coming out. So he knows the tech is going down, and this guy is going to be putting down the third. So this is when the Terran player is going to have to say, alright, I'm getting in a little bit of trouble. I need to do something, but he is doing something. He is getting out some Hellbats, but yeah, definitely you can see him starting to pop out the Marauders now. He knows that he needs something to counter these roaches, and Marauders of course are going to be an excellent option. We also have some Widow Mines, and they're getting stuck back down here. So yeah, the roach pressure, he's choosing not to go in. I think he may have seen this medevac, and the medevac still thinks that the third base may be going down here, or maybe just going in here. 3 queens up the top though, and that is going to put, yeah, this is going to ruin any sort of plans that he had for a Hellbat drop there. He might be able to move around and go to the expansion, but yeah, the 2 queens already going down to sort of head that off. And yeah, he's still, if he was going to be a very tricksy bastard, he would have moved out and then moved straight back in, anticipating that the queens would move across. But yeah, it looks like he's got to join up with this other medevac full of those Hellbats, and he's going to send down a small strike force as well. So this is going to be some serious damage here. And yes, going to jump him in. He's only got queens for anti-air defense, and it looks like he's trying to try and feed the roaches back up on this hill with this small attack force. And yeah, the roaches are having none of it. They are, or actually they might be grouping up. Maybe they're going to have a push, but the Terran wins either way. I mean, if he retreats, then he wins. If he pushes in and takes out the hatchery, then he wins. So yes, of course, if he gets cornered by the roaches here and he dies, then I guess he doesn't win. But yeah, there's lots of drones probably going to die here. They are not on the right side of the hatchery. Oh, running right next to the Hellbat, but these guys are going to have to retreat, and they're retreating the wrong way. So yes, these Widow Mines not doing the damage they need to do, but there is one Widow Mine down here. Oh, that was so harsh. Well, he did do an attack up that way, and yeah, not fun at all. This Widow Mine's going to get a nice bit of fun as well. Oh, it didn't quite kill the second Baneling, but that's still fine. But I mean, the end result is that yeah, ThorZaIN getting a few workers down, but not enough. The TLO still in the lead by about 9 workers, and he's still got his third. ThorZaIN is going to be starting to get his own third up, but TLO just says, you know what, I'm getting a 4th up. Screw you guys, I am getting a 4th, and yeah, it's going to be doing some awesome stuff. Here we go, we've seen Hellbat Marauder. It's actually been a quite an awesome tactic as of late. I think definitely versus Zerg players, I've seen it a few times. I think actually Tasia may have used it against TLO in one of those tournaments, so he knows what it is like to face Hellbat Marauder, and I think he's got more than enough forces to deal with this small group of Hellbat Marauder. So, but he does have to worry about this stuff. He's moving a whole ton of lings down there, so he knows about that. Meanwhile, these forces coming down, if they'd seen that 4th, they could have taken it out, but they haven't. They're going to snipe a queen here, I think. Although this pressure coming back, maybe they won't. And yeah, they're just going to have to run. These guys can't come in. These guys can't come in. And the Zerg doing a great job at base defense right now. They're running in, catching these guys a bit by surprise. And the main army is doing a push here. TLO coming out with all his might. And yeah, he's going to get these guys in a pincer. This entire Terran army is going to get wiped out. And yeah, ThorZaIN is getting his 3rd base up. But I don't know how long that 3rd base is going to last, because the Zerg is coming to wipe out his base, and yeah, it's not going to be fun at all. He's trying to get some more Banelings out, and yeah, he's starting to maybe regret the large amount of Hellbats that he's got, because Hellbats not very good versus roaches, and there are a lot of roaches on the field. So he really needs to get the Triple M forces out there. Really needs to get him put into work. He does have 1/1 upgrades, but TLO's just been getting looks like ling upgrades at this point. Not quite getting this down, but yeah, ThorZaIN managing to save it. But I think he did lose quite a lot of workers there. Yeah, he went down by about 6 or 7 workers. So yeah, not fun for him. This Widow Mine's still going nuts. And TLO, man, where is your overseer? He got a spore crawler up there to detect the other one, but he hasn't got this one yet. And the overseer finally coming out. He's like, yeah, let me get on it. And yes, the Lings are complaining about workplace safety for the past 10 minutes or so. So the boss is finally going to be doing something about it. He's a bit of a slack boss when it comes to workplace safety, but you know, better late than never, I suppose. Yeah. Oh, another hit. 2 more Lings getting taken out. And where is the overseer, man? Somebody is going to get sued over this, I swear to God. Where is the overseer? He's actually got 2 overseers, but they're off having a smoko, so yes, not going to be detecting this guy. Finally, they're going to see it. No? Yeah, there we go. Finally taken it out. And yes, that company is not doing very well at all in the WHS side of the game, but in terms of taking out the competitor though, cutting out the competitor's legs, they are doing an extremely good job. And here we go, he's switched into a large amount of Marine Marauder, but TLO just overwhelming him, absolutely overwhelming him. Just had a ton of forces, didn't really have the upgrade advantage on his side. Oh, he had 0-2 versus 1-1. Although, where's 1 weapons? Oh, I guess these guys don't get weapon upgrades. No, that's interesting. SCVs don't get weapon upgrades, but the Marines do, and man, just running in there doing all sorts of awesome damage, getting that 3rd base up, and he's got the 4th base mining as well, so TLO doing an awesome amount of work. And look at this medevac fleet, man, that's a huge medevac fleet, and I don't know, maybe they can hold there. They've got a nice choke, but the Zerg has got the surround, so I don't know, I do not know. He's getting a ton of forces out there. I think he's got blue flame on the Hellbats actually, so all the Lings are going to die. Bailing's trying to come in, but the Hellbat's going to soak up the shots. But he has pushed the Terran player back a little bit, and he's got this 1 hero Marauder up there. Got 5 kills so far, and I'm betting they're all going to be roaches, and he might just hold off here. But with the constant stream of reinforcements, and his economy being completely screwed on his expansion and on his 3rd, I mean, he's won the battle, but he's lost the war in this case, and TLO just going so awesome here. Just doing such a good job, and ThorZaIN just does not have anything. I mean, he's managed to save this, but the army supply tells the story, man. He is 50 above, and 40 of that is harvesters, so TLO going absolutely nuts. ThorZaIN holding on for now, but look at this, there's another army already out there, and he's even going for an Ultralisk Den, so he's using this opportunity to just go for a massive amount of tech options. And he's going to drop down in here, but these guys are all going to die. There is no hope for any of these guys, except if they get back in the medevac. Looks like that's what they're going to do, get back in the medevac and run away, because they were all about to get slaughtered. And we do have some spore crawlers coming down, but look at these, the Bailings just rolling under the medevacs. And yes, this base not going to be doing very well. Look at the Bailings, they are on a mission, and that mission is to kill workers, but yes, some reinforcements coming in are going to be sniping them out if they get too close. But the main army, I don't know, is they going to make a push? Look at this, they've actually had some Bailings burrowed under there, so massively good play. They're getting some Bailings burrowed, waiting for the Terran forces. He's got 1 siege tank, but that siege tank is not in a very good position. He would have done a lot better up the high ground. And there we go, there is the GG from ThorZaIN, and yeah, TLO just absolutely dominating him, really getting the 3rd base out a lot quicker, and showing that he knows how to build shit. He knows how to get stuff done, and just a massive amount of Bailing, roaches, pressure. He just kept it on, and it was just so awesome, because he just basically killed him with numbers. And ThorZaIN tried to get an army, tried to get a 3rd base, but TLO just killed him with numbers. And I mean, what can you say? I mean, ThorZaIN, he had a slight opportunity where he might have killed this 3rd base, maybe, but it was very touch and go. I do not think he would have killed it, but he didn't actually try to kill it. So yeah, maybe he could have pushed in, he could have sacrificed half his army to kill this base, and maybe things would have turned out to be different. But yeah, it turns out that he did lose this game. So TLO not wasting any time in shifting the momentum right around. So the king has been kicked firmly in the nads so far, and he is going to have to limp into the next game, and he is going to be thinking very hard about what he needs to do to face off against this very, very scary Zerg player TLO, and I don't know, maybe he's giving Tasia a call right now. It's like, hey, how did you kill this guy in the last 2 tournaments, man? I need some help. And we will see next game if that is exactly what happens. So I will catch you guys in game number 2. This has been Hairy Muppet. I hope you enjoyed this game.